advise to people who want to change careers into UX and UI design? And if you do have an advice, what would it be?
Okay, so the best advice that I can give you is to leverage your past experience. And I think Favi mentioned this earlier in one of her answers to a question, but it really is about like how you present yourself. Um, because if you're coming from a field that is like sort of unrelated to UX UI, people aren't gonna know like what you do in your day to day. And I, as a teacher, as a former teacher, I should say, know that like what I did was very valuable and it had a lot of transferable skills, but not everybody knew that. So you have to believe in yourself, and be willing to take that risk, and be patient in the job hunt. Yeah, it took me a while, and there was times when I lost hope, but it is possible as long as you're consistent, and you remind yourself of your value, and don't let that imposter syndrome get to you. Oh,
Oh,
and just oh, sorry, just one last thing, I promise. So, and what I mean by the leverage your background, like, so again, I have an education background. All in all, like through my job application process, I interviewed with 8 companies, and out of those 8, several went to second round, but 3 of those 8 were education related. So I think, like, relatively speaking, like that's about half, about half of them were education related. So definitely leverage your industry and past experiences, to help you get that job.
yeah, I love what you said about imposter syndrome. I think a lot of people battle with that, and not only as juniors, but also all levels battle with imposter syndrome. And I've discovered that that is because of the way that generally the industry is, and also because in this field we're always learning, and there's like no regulatory field, if that makes any sense. So for example, Diego, maybe in education there's like a regulatory field, right? Someone is saying this is what teachers should do, right? Or like in healthcare as well, with physical therapy, this is what physical therapists should do and this is what they shouldn't do. But in UX it's like, what am I supposed to do, what can't I do? It's kind of like that. It's a little more vague, it's more creative. And so with creativity and freedom also comes a lot of insecurity at times, but get yourself some mentors and you'll be fine. And they'll help you through the imposter syndrome and navigating also as well, designing your career. I think my biggest takeaway from that is get yourself some mentors with an S, get many mentors. It helps a lot. It's helped me a lot. And I also love to mentor as well.